Oh, real estate.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, real estate class. We just have our on Monday we had a new class started. That's loving it. Our next class, you guys, come on into this next class, nonprofit, for-profit structuring, business development, starting October the 13th. October 13th at 1 o'clock p.m. to 4. So Sunday, October the 13th, from 1 to 4 at the Blot office located at 503 East 200th Street. To get in contact with me, you can call 216-815-7300 to register. Also, we got something coming up called the Money Paradigm.
Money paradigm.
Yay, Money Paradigm.
The money paradigm is going to expose the four most important assets to own. Okay.
Right.
I know that the industry like to teach us that there's maybe three, but there's four. Okay, and we got to start as an audience to start looking at things that we consider non-traditional and making them more traditional, which is like owning a business and owning real estate. That makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense.
Okay.
So what we do at Block is we have a building block. Start you off developing your corporation. And then in the classroom, what you're going to be learning for nonprofit, we help you develop both businesses because I think both businesses is needed for us, the for-profit and the nonprofit profit structuring, develop them together. We give you information to run your corporations together. As far as what you have to do for the nonprofit as well as the for-profit, we teach you about what it means to become an LLC, sole proprietorship, S corporation, C corporation. We give you definitions. We give you a little bit of contract law, what to sign, what not to sign. You are a CEO, take the position as a CEO or president or whatever your title might be. So we train you because some people develop their corporations, they just don't know. They just copy and paste what their best friend had on her or his corporation, and then they paste it onto theirs, thinking that's okay, and then it just don't work out that way.
Because business is not one size fit all, right?
Yeah, one that you're right, right.
So we get a lot of people that come in thinking that because they copy somebody else's way of doing business, that is okay for them to do it that way.
Right.
We have other professionals that come in. So it's not like me and Montana is just doing everything. We don't know everything, but we know how to get everybody together. That makes sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what
Okay.
we going to talk about today? We have any guests?
We don't have any guests today because we do.
That's us.
Okay, our guest today is Montana and Vernon. Woo!
Deliver some good information. And I think the goal today is to do this. We talk about what we do in the class a lot. And we also talk about the upcoming seminar that we have in the money paradigm.
Yes.
Okay. But I think that it's only fair that we give the audience a little taste of what we give our members.
Okay. All right.
fair?
That's fair. That's fair.
right.
Break it down.
So what we have is, and I'm going to tell you, this is a tool that I've used in my financial career for over 17 years. Okay. I have brought it in wholeheartedly in the last 8 years, and we call it LEAP, Lifetime Economic Acceleration Process. Now, just because we use LEAP doesn't mean that we haven't incorporated our own philosophy, because the program is intuitive enough for us to add our own spin on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how we use it at Blot, and that's it.
Right.
I guarantee you nobody else is using it this way. Okay?
Leap.
So here we go.
All right. So what is LEAP, though? So before you get into it.
LEAP? It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Most people think that it's a financial planning tool, but it's a process.
All right.
And before you can even get into our process, we have to look at why are you here? Okay.
Right.
Why are you here at Blot? Why are we here doing business? Why are we talking? Why are you paying your membership? Okay, now in my firm, financial planning firm, we charge at a minimum $12.50 for a financial plan.
Okay.
But because of Blot, all our members get our financial plans as a membership, right? As a value to the membership.
Okay. Right.
All right. So let's first talk about the desire, the reason why they come to Blot.
All right.
The reason why you come to Blot is because you have one desire. That desire is long-term wealth, retirement income, minimize taxes, lasting legacy, and reduce cost and risk. Now, one of the things and advantages that an entrepreneur has is the fact that you can manipulate your taxes when you start opening up your business. Because in the business, who do you pay first? You pay Uncle Sam first, or do you pay yourself first? And of course, you pay yourself first. And then you decide on how and what your tax bracket is going to be. Retirement income. A lot of advisors like myself, we have always taught to our clients and everybody else about getting a 401k, an IRA, and deposit as much money as you can from your lifestyle. But nobody really talks to you about other assets that can help enable you to have a comprehensive retirement. Minimize taxes. We talked about that. Lasting legacy. Now, the government has always structured businesses to be perpetual. That means that you build them to last forever. If you have a properly structured corporation, then when you are gone, your legacy can take advantage of that. So we talk about that here at Block, and reduce cost and risk, how to separate and keep the attorneys for Pierce in the veil with a corporation. We also talk about that, all right? The next thing that we talk about is how people make their financial decisions. Now, if you're jacked up when it comes down to financial planning on your personal side, and you decide that you want to start a business and you think that's going to enhance your financial stability, it's not going to do it, okay? You have to learn how money flow personally, because when you decide to open up a business, you're going to have to make that money flow the same way. Now, we talk about your financial decisions, and some of the mistakes that we make when you make your financial decisions is this. You make them one at a time, at different times, with different people, and up under different circumstances. There's a lot of clients that come to the class, a lot of members that come to the class. We discover that they haven't started a business that they had an idea about for 5 years. And the reason is because of those circumstances have changed and gotten away. Or they have talked about advisors at their job. And like myself, when I used to be a correction officer years ago, and many of you that's out there at the post office or at the jail or wherever, your best advisors is your coworkers. They give you advice. They tell you how to buy a house, how to start a business. That don't mean it's the right advice, but it's the only thing that you have to go off of. When you make decisions based on something like that, you create something that we call a junk drawer, financial junk drawer. It causes things to be disorganized, uncoordinated, not integrated, inefficient, ineffective, and make things hard to manage. Now, if you got all that stuff going on in your personal, imagine how your business world is going to be. It's because once you start a business, whether it's real estate or any other venture, once you start that business, it can get confusing. And if you don't have a way to straighten it out, if you don't have a way to return back to your base, you're going to fail. Now, a lot of things, and a very common problem is not having the ability to identify the rules of the game when you start a business or when you find that moving assets around, especially financial assets, okay? You got to understand that people want your money. They want it systematically. They want to hold on to it as little as possible, and they want to return it to you little by little. Sort of kind of when I say this, you want to think about like the lottery. People win the lottery, they make a decision whether they want to take the lump sum or they want to take it in income. Most people say they want to take the lump sum because they don't want anybody holding on to their cash. The reality of it is this. There's no right or wrong, and there's no one size that fits all. All it is what's right for you. So understanding that people want your money, that's part of what this is, okay? There's nothing wrong with going to get a bank to start your business. All right? Hold on, we got a guest coming in. Come on back on in here.
Okay.
Now, what I was telling them, there's no problem with people wanting your money because that's the way we do business.
All right.
Okay. Now, people want your money, they want it systematically. There's no problem with having an ACH because some people don't have the control. Sometimes in your busy life, you don't pay bills the old traditional way. Okay, so ACH might be the way to go. Right. And some people want to hold on to it as long as possible. You may be getting a higher yield because somebody is holding on to your money and using it.
All right. Well, can you touch on a little bit about the people that stuff the money in a mattress and thinking that's helping saving money for them, and
okay, they
move it to the next mattress?
Right. They think that is no risk, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit transparent with this because I shared it with the class, but I'm gonna share it with the audience now.
Okay.
Okay. God bless my brother. He's not here today, but he's my younger brother. He'll be 31 in a month. Okay. But my brother was young and he would stack up this money. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I think he was about 16 years old, and I think he stacked up like $9,000. And I hear this all the time that I'm gonna put my money up under the mattress. You can't trust it at the bank.
Right.
But I was a correction officer at the time. My grandmother called me and said, "Baby, the house is on fire." Okay? So I hurry up and get off work, and I shoot down St. Clair, cut down 77 to get to my grandmother's house. By the time I get there, my brother is running in the house
Why it's on fire?
because his money is on fire. Needless to say, he didn't make it on time.
Oh,
So
man.
there's all type of risk that happens with your money, and one of the most important risks that you should know, no matter if somebody steal it or if it burned up like it did my brother, is that it doesn't grow to keep up with inflation.
Right. Right.
So you automatically losing. So that leads us to the next slide when we
Okay.
talk about inflation. Those things are called wealth eroding factors.
right.
Wealth eroding factors is the loss of money that you cannot get back. At the top of that list is inflation. Inflation is higher than taxes. All right, so we talk about inflation, taxes, market fluctuation, law changes, lawsuits, technology changes. I had a recording studio, right?
Right.
Spent $30,000 on that recording
It's a
studio,
lot of money.
right? 2 years later, after spending $30,000 on ADATs, tape, and all of that stuff, they switch over to computers.
Yeah.
Now I have no client that want to come to me that want to record on tape. That's technology change. You can't get that money back. So it's important when you're a business owner, you keep up with what you know about your equipment. You have to
Right.
be a student to your game and a master of your art. So if you sitting up here like Larry has these nice cameras and stuff
Yeah.
like that, these cameras has to do business for him. You have to get the worth out of these cameras for the next 5 years. That make sense?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, and consumer and fees, all right? Increase the standard of living and planned obsolescence. You have to put money away just in case what they say, the stuff happens.
Stuff
I
happens.
can't cuss on TV, but that,
I
you know what
can.
mean.
Stuff happens. No.
Okay, so this is some of what we offer at Block. It's
Yeah.
sort of like a financial plan, but what happens is it's a process. It's a training. We're actually training you to consider all things and to think about things that you wouldn't get in a traditional financial plan.
Right.
Wouldn't you say?
I would say that. And also, people that go into business, they think, oh, I'm just gonna go into business, and then when the money come, I'm put it in the bank, do this and that and that. And when we get them, they're kind of messed up. See what I'm saying? The finances are messed up. Their personal finances is messed up, and then we kind of like sit them in the one-on-ones to try to map out, this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to do it. So we kind of like walk you through it. We like hold your hand, and then that's what we do. I don't think nobody else is pretty much doing with that. Pretty much,
Not that
they you go to class and you pay for it, and then but to walk with us for a whole year and have access to us. People take advantage of us real good. They have call us in one-on-ones and appointments, questions, because they don't know, or they scared, or they just want somebody to help them. So that's what we're here to do, just help them
Right.
with the process.
Well, I don't think it's a mystery that GBC, which is the financial firm, helps out Blot and contributes all the financial planning and all that piece. And we talk about the cash flow analysis and the debt income window and all
Yeah.
of that. And when we talk about that, this is something that my firm, we charge no less than $12.50 a year for it. And then the members get it at Blot, and it's
Right,
I don't
pretty
know
much
what the
nothing.
I don't handle that part of it. But this is our contribution to Block to help out the members, because we feel like it's very important inside the community. And this is our outreach for the community. But we get some members, and I was talking about it with a client today,
Mm-hmm.
and they would say, "Why didn't I just get the membership instead of paying you $12.50 every year?"
Right.
Okay, so
I remember that.
That's the only issue that I have. And then we had another meeting this morning with another member that was praising the whole process, and she brought a referral in that's going to be part of the team, and she's excited to go through this. She said that she's not going to fire her financial advisor. You can bring him in and talk with us.
Yeah.
So we have an open architect type of situation here, and then we can just help you make better decisions.
Right.
So, that open architect looks something like this. We call it the financial coordination with our macro manager. So since you're not paying a financial planning fee at Blot, I have to call myself a macro manager. And what we do is we make sure that all the professionals that help with starting your business play on the same sheet of music as yours. That could be your tax advisor, your real estate agent, your banker, your life insurance agent, or insurance agent, money manager, and attorney. If you don't have one, we have a lot of people that contribute their time at Block. We have attorneys that contribute their time, real estate agents and brokers, money managers and all of that. So you're in an environment where you have all the professionals that are going to offer some advice, not all advice, and it's not blanket advice, but they're going to offer some advice to you on your own genuine situation. That sounds good?
That sounds great. I want to join. How can I get in this? You mean to tell me that I get to sign up be a membership of Block, sign up, I get my financial advisor or my macro manager, which is you and your team, and y'all walk me through step by step on how to set up my corporation.
Set up your corporation.
Woo!
Set up your personal finances and your business finances. Get you the right attorney, the right documents, the right structure.
Right.
And add a little bit of our philosophy in there.
That's
Okay.
great.
Talk about the 4 most important assets to own and use.
Right.
Okay. I think that is phenomenal. Okay, that's offering a whole lot. So you're getting all of that I would normally charge for $12.50 for a financial plan, but you're getting it bigger for whatever the membership fee is. So don't ask me what the membership fee is, because Montana holds that stuff. You go into her office and she gets you together.
Yeah,
All I know is
get
to come
together.
in and work. That's it.
Right.
And also, in order to do this, and let me prep you up for this. So those of you, and I know it happens in our community too much, we so tight with our information that we
Right.
don't want anybody to know what we got going on or what we're trying to do. In order for somebody to help you and start a process like this, you have to give up a little bit of information.
Just a little bit.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you our 5-point step, which is number 1, we have to go through a discovery process. That discovery process, what that does is it allows us to understand you. Okay, understand what it is that you have, where you're trying to go, and then we have step 2. Step 2 is to identify. What we do is we identify everything that it takes according to your risk assessment, how we're going to get there. Whether you want to start a business, because most people when they come to us, they want to start a business.
I'll start a business. Yep.
Or they want to start a nonprofit, which is still a business.
Yeah.
Okay. But a lot of people, they start a nonprofit because of what?
They want to help in the community.
Okay.
That's one of the goals. Start a nonprofit is tax exempt, so they can get different types of tax write-offs for people that want to donate funds to the corporation. Sometimes they have personal reasons that this is mine and mine, and I have to break it down to them that this is not yours. It's the community's pretty much, and give them different illustrations that it can be taken away from you if you mistreat this nonprofit.
So we have
Or
to
the community.
identify what's near and dear to their heart.
Yes.
Okay.
And then don't look at the nonprofit as this is my gold mine. This is what I'm gonna die with. Pretty much, you are to be a steward of the nonprofit to pass it down to generations to come. And that's in the Bible. If you read Matthew, it's in there. You are to be a steward with what we giving you, or not we, but was given to you, and just manage it, and then just pass it down.
That's a very good point. It's because I think as advisors, we don't illustrate that enough.
Right.
You are, like she said, a steward of the assets. That's the nonprofit, that's the money, that's everything that you put your hands on. And if you move this money right, or these assets right, coordinated the way
Right.
it's supposed to, then it would do better for you. You would be blessed. Okay. And that brings us to our 3rd point that we go through.
Right.
We are able to visualize every move that you want to make before you make it. I don't want to say it's like getting a crystal ball, because that's kind of mystical, but you can actually visualize what all the metrics that exist in our softwares. That's not just Leap. That's what our real estate professionals, with our tax professionals, we all work together and come in with a plan and bring it all together in our centerpiece, which is Leap, and figure out, is this the best option for you?
Right.
One of the things that we didn't do a whole lot of when I first started in the business was the 5th point, which is achieve. the way I was trained was we do a financial plan and we go back and review that financial plan a year later with our clients. Okay. Here at Blot, we achieve. That means that once we accomplish one goal, that day we are deciding what's going to be the next move to make it better. It's not about putting together what you need. It's about putting together what you want and how to take what you want and make it better, better, and better. And as my son said when he was a kid, gooder and gooder and gooder.
Gooder. That's what my brother say.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now back to the steward thing and how people move their money around.
Okay.
We do understand the money is not ours, right?
It's not ours.
It's not ours.
The pharaohs knew that.
Right? And what you do is the way you position the money, you are trying to accomplish certain things as you position this money and as you live on this earth.
Yeah.
There are people that position their money in such a way where they enjoyed it while they were living.
Yes.
They retired off of it. They enjoyed their retirement. Right? And
Right.
then now their kids
Are enjoying it.
And their friends.
And they grandkids and great
are enjoying it while they're in the grave.
Right.
So that's our job, is to show you how to do that, accomplish those goals. All right? So if you have any questions about what we offer at Block, they can call what number?
Call Blocked 216-815-7300 right away. Get your business in order, get your personal finances in order, things of that nature. So.
Yep. And if you like what you see right now and you like to get on the show, or even if you want to ask Larry his experience with Block and how Leap works, because he's a client as well, you can call
He's a member.
216-298-1554.
He's a member.
Again, that is 216-298-1554. Okay.
Right.
Anything else you'd like to add?
We have, let's see, the real estate. We have another real estate coming up.
Oh, we got another real estate class coming up.
Okay. So if you missed this real estate class that started in August, there's another real estate class. It's starting in October 16th at 6 p.m. If you want to register for this real estate, as a matter of fact, I had a member call me. I had texted to you. Remember? I forgot her name.
Yes.
She called me. She had went to a real estate convention, which I think it was Dean Grazioli was one of the real estate gurus. And she told her daughter and her son, as she's sitting there, and she said at the end of the seminar, Montana, they wanted like $2,500 to start, and then you had to go into a camp and pay $30,000 and all this other money. And she said, we learned all that at Block for $200. So she had told her daughter, she said, everything they're teaching you at this seminar, we learned it. And as a matter of fact, not only did we learn it, we went on field trips. We looked at the properties, we estimated the properties, we evaluated everything. We sat and had a meeting at the property. So we saw one property that was like raw and uncut. And then we saw a finished product of the property. So not only do we teach you in the class of, the do's and don'ts or the strategies of, obtaining real estate, but we take you on the real estate property and show you what the value is of the property, right?
Mm-hmm. And that was with the old class.
That was with the old class.
This new class is phenomenal. I mean, we have more instructors that are students of their craft.
Yes.
Right? And they bring the thunder when they come in here. And I like to give them a congratulations because they all have done a wonderful job. And we look forward to having our meeting to go ahead and putting together the next real estate class.
Right.
So when you come into this class, and not just remember, these people are giving you information for a small fee, and that's a membership fee.
Yes.
When you come in, please patronize them, okay?
Right.
Pick up business cards, network with everybody else, and just do real estate business. Don't come in just to entertain yourself, but make an effort to do real estate business when you come in here.
And the good part about the real estate program is the professionals that's teaching or instructing you on how the real estate game is done. Basically, they're setting the class up to what? Purchase real estate. So now that we're training you and we're educating you on the real estate game, now they're ready to push you into the next phase of getting real estate. Okay. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. All right. So let's talk about the business class and everything else that's coming up.
Okay.
The business class what it is. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The business owners are doing very well. are one-on-ones. And I think this is one of the most overlooked benefits of being with Blot and being part of the business class. For all of you that are Blot members, you got to participate into the refreshers. The refreshers is we talk about old stuff and we talk about new stuff.
Right.
Okay. We got some people that are doing phenomenal things. We got members actually teaching me certain things.
Yeah, me
new
too.
Things happen.
Me too.
So that they're coming in and they're adding new assets, new ideas to their whole portfolio, to their whole business plan. So those are the information and the tidbits that we have to share when you're at Blot. Okay. And another part of that is a great benefit is networking. A lot of you have businesses that thrives off of other people and other resources. We have those resources at Blot. When you come, is every last Sunday of the month.
Last Sunday at 6:00 p.m.
You come on in and you network with everybody else and make money.
Right.
That way you don't have a reason to complain about what kind of business you got from somebody else.
And I have a lot of nonprofit corporations that are not Blot members. They call me and they say, my nonprofit is not making any money. I'm like, well, you should be making money right off the bat. So when people leave Blot and they graduate and they go, they do everything we instruct them to do. I got a call this morning. Guy called and say, hey, Montana, I done made $30,000 at the stadium. I'm about to take this money, go get some real estate, and then get some group homes, and then take the group home money and get some other type of business he's trying to do. So I'm like, wow, you made, and I go back to the first point, wow, you made $30,000? Really? I was like, I need to come work for you. And that's like in a week. So I'm like, what?
And that's just one source of income.
That's just one source. And everybody's like, well, where he make this $30,000 at? He made it at the Brown Stadium. The Indians. He made it Indians. And then he's going over to the Cavs, and then he's going over to the Browns. So he has his team together where he can fluctuate different places because the stadium uses what? Nonprofit. So there's no reason why your nonprofit can't make any money coming straight out the gate. You got to do what you got to do to just make the money. Take the money and do other things with it. Now you did this. You made your money. Okay, invest in some real estate. Now you got the money developing in the real estate. Now take that money and invest in whatever your business is. So then you got money all the way around. You got money coming here, there. And then don't forget about your for-profit. You still got to make money with the for-profit business.
And what do we call that?
I don't know.
The velocity of money.
Making money. All right.
The velocity of money. All right. So what else we got? You told them enough about the seminar.
Right.
I'm not going to tell them what the 4 most important assets to own are and use yet.
Okay.
You got to come to the seminar.
Come to the seminar. The seminar is December 14th. Of this year. I'm going to post tickets next week here on the radio show, and then you guys can call me and grab tickets. If you want to be a vendor for this event, give me a call, 216-815-7300. Become a vendor. The rate is not expensive. It's very cheap. As a matter of fact, I can tell them on the radio. $65 if you want to be a vendor. $65. Become a vendor. You have to register to become a vendor. You can bring food. You can bring material, whatever you're trying to bring. We're going to have different business professionals in this seminar. So register to become a vendor.
Hey, I didn't know that. I mean, $65 to be a vendor?
$65.
You didn't give me that opportunity. You're going to give it to the public before you give it to me?
I'm sorry, Paul.
Now,
see how much I love the community?
So here's the thing about being a vendor with Blot. We have over 400 members now.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a vendor at a seminar that we throwing about business and people growing their business, then it behooves of you to call Montana and get your sponsorship together. Get you a table so you can be there, because it's going to be people going from table to table.
We're going to run out of tables. So.
Okay. So call her. Give her that number again.
216-815-7300. Our time is up at KAZ Radio TV. Catch us next Wednesday at 12 noon. And thank you for joining. And I'm Montana. This is Vernon. Peace out.
Peace.